Hi, this is Dr. Saxena, and we'll be discussing something on the biological functions and health benefits of something called melatonin. We are blessed to have something like melatonin, and human beings, most of the members, are they can make your own melatonin, and it's a proper secretion of melatonin which helps the body takes care of it. A lot of activities, and we will be discussing something. What are the substances which can enhance the? What are the other things? What are the toxic substances inhibited by melatonin? What are the other stuff? I would like to talk about what are the myths which are associated with melatonin as well. So when we go, when I start my thing, let me tell you, melatonin is produced from a pineal gland, and the activity, the way it is formed and the way it is released is as simple. During sunlight, see, this is a diurnal variation is very important, and when we talk about this particular stuff, we need to understand it is a when in the presence of sunlight, melatonin is produced, and after the onset of darkness, when there is total darkness, the melatonin is secreted from the pineal gland. So, sunlight, all the lights, artificial lights, and all that, it improve it. There is a formation of melatonin, and the release happens when there is a dark. What is happening is with the modern day kind of lighting things and all that, people working in night shifts, people trying to not understand what are the diurnal rhythms and all. So this particular melatonin formation as well as release is severely compromised, and let us see what this compromise means to the body functions as such. But I can always tell you, the people who are suffering from cancer, I'm not talking about one particular cancer as say here, but in general, the common thing which is lacking in people who have cancer is less melatonin. What I mean to say is, you have good melatonin kind of production as well as release. You will be, it is like a, you'll be saved from getting into cancer. You'll not get into cancer at first place if you have got good melatonin. Melatonin is a very terminal antioxidant, and this is which we call as a terminal antioxidant, and we try to go with the kind of dosages and all that things, synthetic thing also. Um, this particular thing, which is a neuropeptide which is produced by a pineal gland, sometimes there is a lesser extent of melatonin also is formed from the retina, and by the enterochromaffin cells of the GI tract. So these are all the things which are the keywords here you need to understand, and try to don't stare at your laptops and TVs, LED TVs, non in particularly during the VRs. Try to switch off this 2 to 3 hours before you sleep, because this is going to affect your melatonin release. So let's talk about what are the biological functions and health benefits of melatonin. Melatonin secretion decreases in tandem with aging. See, it's a kind of the more you age, the melatonin goes down. So people with life extension group has worked giving something like 20 people. They have done for some animal studies. They have shown mice treated with melatonin has 20% more longer. They live longer than the untreated mice. That's one of the things as such. Another was coming to the cardiovascular effects. I think this is one of the biggest area where my practice. I would like to give melatonin for people who are having this vascular insufficiency, because this melatonin regulates the cerebral arteries, it regulates the tone of the cerebral arteries. It protects the brain against oxidation caused by reduced this particular stuff, blood circulation. So what happens here is the cerebral insufficiency, patients with hypertension, patients having heart disease and ischemic heart disease, trying to working with something like so to reduce the toxic effects of this ischemia, I would rather give the something called melatonin, and I have seen amazing results when I work with this thing called simple thing like melatonin, and melatonin again can be used in other things also. Uh, I try to use in my patients who have been having cancer patients. We try to use a lot, and we are trying to look into a thing called um, even the advanced tumors. What happens here is you have got there is a I have been working on, there are all peer reviewed results are there, research was already done, and melatonin has been shown as a therapy, is used as a therapy, and for the advanced tumors of various types that would not respond to chemotherapy or radiation. So 33% of the subjects experience a significant response. 33% among the group is a quite, I'm really interested. What happens underlying with all cancer patients is the circadian rhythm involving melatonin synthesis and release is suppressed in cancer patients. So we need to work on that. Melatonin prolongs the survival of the advanced brain cancer patients. There are some studies which has already shown that, and I cannot breast cancer patients kind of thing. Just try to improve the melatonin levels. The effectiveness of the other therapies become quite effective. Colon cancer, you have got this one. Um, Colon cancer patients, 60% of the cases reduce the risk of so it can be used both as a preventive as well as a therapeutic one. So I always thought it is only the cancer or cardiovascular things and all that. For my surprise, when I was working on this particular during this pandemic, we came to know about the immune stimulating effects of this melatonin. Immune stimulating effects are uh, amazing. It increases the antibody production, and we have some reason to say, even in case of that inflammatory cascade, things are getting out of. You have got a which we usually call as a cytokine storm. And here also, when we started working with this 30 milligrams or 60 milligrams, up to 60 milligrams of melatonin, we were able to see, along with some other methodologies, we were able to stop that storm, and patient improvements was quite dramatic. So for me, I think any inflammatory kind of stuff, melatonin comes to the rescue, and it has to be worked in a proper way. Um it is something which is my prescription always carries it, except in very few cases. I normally tend to write melatonin. Usually people above 40 or something like that, 40 plus and 50 plus, because they have the intrinsic ability to form melatonin is decreased there. So this is something about melatonin. Thank you.